Gezi, huge congratulations. You said you would get better round by round, and you are doing that. 102 average tonight. You must be delighted.
Yeah, I was delighted with the way I played majority of the game, but it's a couple of legs I let slip and could have come back and owned me in the end, especially when he got the 12-all, but yeah, just glad to get a win.
Yeah, 12-8 up and you're in control of it. What are you saying to yourself in that moment when you've let him back in?
I'm actually thinking I should be 13-7 or 14-6 or whatever it is, because I did waste opportunities, and probably shouldn't think like that and just next leg, but yeah, I'm just happy to get a win, but frustrating a little bit.
Is your season going under the radar a little bit? Because this is your 4th TV semi-final of the year, and we're only halfway through it. Are we underappreciating your season a little bit?
I don't know. I thought I'd only been in 2, but yeah, I lost to Wadey, I think, in the UK Open semi-final. Hopefully that don't happen again here. He's a good friend of mine, but yeah, I've had a decent season. I haven't played a lot of tournaments that I wanted to play in, Pro Tours, Europeans, but next year I definitely will.
Does it give you confidence? Well, the only other match play semi-final you've been in, you won. Does that give you confidence heading into tomorrow?
Not really. I mean, every game, it's like you could play well 1 minute and the next minute is totally different. So, whoever comes through this game is going to be a tough game for me. Fingers crossed I can play well, come through that one and give my shot at lifting the trophy finally.
Cheers, guys.
No worries.
Well done, Gezi. What do you think was the real deciding factor there? Because you did manage to hold on to that lead for the game really and just sort of keep Ross at arm's length.
Yeah, believe it or not, it was my finishing that kept me in the game, and a little bit of it that let him off as well, because I thought in patches I was ruthless. I think the 80 to go 3-2 up at the first break sort of put him on the back foot a little bit, but there's a couple of other legs where, the 46, I missed 2 darts. Yeah, it was frustrating in finishing, but in patches as well, it was really good.
Do you feel like these long formats are where you come alive really, because you've got the time to settle in, there's no sort of rush with the start of the game?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the longer the format, the better, but sometimes you think of it, it's like, it's like a long game, and you think about it and it just drains you a little bit just thinking about it, but yeah, just go through emotions, just, block by block, break by break, and just try and break them down.
Is that something that can happen in these long format games, sort of losing concentration? Dirk spoke earlier in the week about maybe being bored during the longer formats. Is that something that can sort of enter the mind when you've been up there 45 minutes, an hour?
No, I definitely don't get bored up there, but I think before the game you can overthink it and thinking, I got to get 16 legs, and it is long, it's a long slog, but it plays into my hands sometimes. I think I think the longer the format, the better, and that's what I think about them. But yeah, it is quite long, and yeah, I don't know. It's I think, is it longer than the semi-final?
17,
yeah, and then the final the same, 18, is it? Yeah, it gets even worse.
Hi Gezi, well played tonight. You mentioned that James Wade is a good friend of yours. Is it trickier to play someone that you're close with on tour, or have you got that much experience now that it doesn't affect you?
To be honest with you, I'm great friends with James and Johnny, but when I'm on stage, I literally got no friends. I'm up there to win, and that's the way I play. You need to be ruthless up there, and as good of friends we are off stage, and we probably, me, Johnny, are great friends, but I sit on the table with Wadey in every single Pro Tour. We get on really well, and yeah, when I'm on stage, yeah, he's not my friend.
Would that change, if you was to play him, would that change backstage ahead of the match? Would you try and keep separate from each other, or would you just be normal, carry on talking?
You do sometimes with certain players, but me and Wadey I'll practice with him. I think he will as well. It doesn't matter. I know his game, he knows mine, and yeah. So even like I practice with him, and sometimes you think we're playing games together, and he's trying to mess me up while we're practicing. I'm like, are you doing this? We're playing together, bear. But no, he's a good friend. I will practice with him. That's if he wants to, if he gets through.
Yeah. In the other half of the draw, there's been a lot of headlines from Luke Littler, 110 average, I think, for the tournament. Over this format, do you feel like you're one of the few players in the world who'll be able to compete with that if he was to get through to the final and you did yourself and he sustained that level?
I don't know. I think there's a lot of players that can get to that level, but is there anyone who can do it as long as him? I think I can. I think there's a couple of players, but yeah, he's ruthless at the minute, and you know, these 109, 110 average just look so easy for him. But you know, I think some players play into his hand and just let him play with his rhythm, and you know, his horses for courses. And sometimes you have to play your game, you have to play the game, you have to play the moments, and yeah, it's just sometimes people make it a little bit too easy for him.
Jake, well played tonight. Thanks very much.
Gerwyn, you started before you had a lack of match practice, but you've reached your 4th consecutive major semi-final. How are you able to deliver on the big stage when it matters most?
I don't know, but I just turn up, I play and try my best, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You know, I don't always play well on the big stage, but touch wood, majority of the time I think I do.
You've already picked up 2 titles on the tour this year. You're currently ranked 7th. Are you looking higher? Because you haven't even played in that many events either, and yet you're doing well on the big stage, and on the Pro Tour you're the top man.
Yeah, I think it's been 10 Europeans that have been played. I think I played in 3 or 4. I won one, got a final one, and lost against Cameron, who played fantastic against me. I think I've only played in 3, but yeah, like I said, I haven't played in a lot this year, and that's probably took its toll. And you've seen now the first round in this tournament. If I'd have played in, you know, a couple of Pro Tours leading up to it, I would have been a lot better. But yeah, like I said, next year I will play in a lot more. But it's tough when you're playing in absolutely everything. Premier League and World Series, you can't play in everything.
Has this run as well done wonders for the confidence and the mental boost heading into the remainder of the season?
Yeah, and it's good match practice. Like I said, 'cause I haven't played, but yeah, it's good for the confidence, and definitely, you know, put me in the right frame of mind moving on for the rest of the season.
Just one from me, Gerwyn. Just on the longer formats, today, the first 4 mini sessions, you won each of those 3-2. How much are you looking at those sessions as kind of psychological mini matches in themselves in the longer formats?
To be honest, I don't look at. I just look to try and win every single leg. You know, I'm up there to win as many legs as I can. I don't want to win the session 3-2. I want to win 5-0, and I'm out there to win every single leg, and I try my guts out every single leg. And if I win 3-2, happy days. But yeah, I preferably want a 5-0.
Perfect.